Hello everyone, I'm Adam, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really happy to see you here again. Let me ask you an important question. What if one exam could shape your academic future? An exam that thousands of students around the world prepare for every year. An exam that can open the door to top colleges, international education, and better career opportunities. Yes, I'm talking about the IGCSE. In this video, we are going to explore 100 powerful questions and answers about the IGCSE exam. By the end of this lesson, you will understand everything about IGCSE, from subjects and exam structure to study strategies, exam day secrets, results, retakes, and your future opportunities. This is not just an English lesson. It is also a complete guide for students who want to succeed in the IGCSE exam. You will learn useful vocabulary, real explanations, and important tips that many students wish they knew earlier. So make sure you watch this video until the end, because each part will give you new knowledge and practical advice that can help you perform better in your exams. But before we start, please take 1 second to like this video and write a comment below telling me, are you preparing for IGCSE right now? Your small support helps this channel grow and reach more students around the world. And if you are new here, subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss our upcoming lessons about English learning, study strategies, and exam success. Now take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's begin our journey into the world of IGCSE. Part 1, Understanding the IGCSE Exam 1 to 20. 1. What is the IGCSE exam? The IGCSE exam is an international school examination taken by students in many countries around the world. The full meaning of IGCSE is International General Certificate of Secondary Education. Students usually take this exam at the end of secondary school. It tests knowledge in subjects like English, mathematics, and science. Many schools and universities respect this exam because it shows that a student has strong academic skills. 2. Who creates and manages the IGCSE exam? The IGCSE exam is created and managed by international education organizations such as Cambridge Assessment International Education, which is part of the University of Cambridge. Another organization that offers a similar program is Pearson Edexcel. These organizations design the exam papers, set the standards, and check students' results. 3. Why is the IGCSE exam important? The IGCSE exam is important because it is accepted by many schools, colleges, and universities around the world. Good IGCSE results can help students enter advanced programs such as A-levels or other higher education systems. 4. At what age do students usually take the IGCSE exam? Most students take the IGCSE exam between the ages of 14 and 16 years old. This usually happens after 2 years of preparation in secondary school. 5. How many subjects do students usually take in IGCSE? Most students take between 5 and 8 subjects. Some students take more subjects depending on their ability and their school's requirements. 6. What are the most common IGCSE subjects? Common subjects include English language, mathematics, biology, chemistry, physics, business studies, computer science, history, geography, and economics. 7. Are English and mathematics compulsory? In most schools, English and mathematics are compulsory subjects. Students must study these subjects because they are essential for further education. 8. What are optional subjects in IGCSE? Optional subjects are subjects that students choose based on their interests. For example, a student who likes business may choose business studies, while another student may choose computer science or art. 9. How long does the IGCSE program last? The IGCSE program usually lasts 2 years. During these 2 years, students study their subjects and prepare for the final examinations. 10. When are IGCSE exams held? IGCSE exams usually happen twice each year. The main session is in May and June. and another session is in October and November. 11. Where do students take the IGCSE exam? Students usually take the exam in their own school if the school is an official examination center. Some students take the exam in private exam centers. 12. What types of questions appear in IGCSE exams? IGCSE exams include different types of questions, such as multiple choice questions, short answer questions, structured questions, and essay-type questions. 13. Are IGCSE exams difficult? IGCSE exams can be challenging, but they are manageable with good preparation. Students who study regularly and practice past papers usually perform well. 14. How are IGCSE exams graded? Most IGCSE exams use grades from A to G. A is the highest grade, and G is the lowest passing grade. 15. What does an A grade mean? An A grade means that the student performed at an excellent level and achieved a very high score in the exam. 16. Can students retake an IGCSE exam? Yes. Students can retake the exam if they want to improve their grades. Many students retake one or two subjects to achieve better results. 17. How do students register for the exam? Most students register through their school. Private candidates can register through an official exam center. 18. How long does an exam paper usually last? Most exam papers last between 1 hour and 2 hours, depending on the subject and the type of paper. 19. Are calculators allowed in IGCSE exams? In mathematics and some science exams, calculators are allowed. However, some papers require students to solve questions without calculators. 20. When do students receive their results? Students usually receive their results about 6 to 8 weeks after the exams. The results are sent to schools and can also be viewed online. Part 2, Subjects and Exam Structure, 21 to 40. 21. What subjects are available in the IGCSE program? The IGCSE program offers many subjects, so students can study different areas of knowledge. These subjects include English, mathematics, biology, chemistry, physics, computer science, business studies, economics, geography, history, and many languages. Schools usually allow students to choose subjects based on their interests and future plans. 22. How do students choose their IGCSE subjects? Students usually choose their subjects with the help of teachers and school counselors. They should think about their strengths, interests, and future career goals. For example, a student who wants to become a doctor may choose biology and chemistry, while a student interested in business may choose business studies and economics. 23. What is the structure of an IGCSE subject exam? Each IGCSE subject usually has more than one exam paper. These papers test different skills. For example, a subject may include a multiple choice paper, a written paper, and sometimes a practical exam. 24. What is a multiple choice paper? A multiple choice paper includes questions with several possible answers. Students must choose the correct answer from the options given. These questions usually test basic knowledge and understanding of the subject. 25. What is a structured question paper? Structured question papers contain longer questions that are divided into several parts. Students must explain their answers, show their calculations, or describe their reasoning. 26. What is a practical exam in IGCSE? Some science subjects, such as biology, chemistry, and physics, include practical exams. In these exams, students perform experiments or analyze experimental results. 27. What is an alternative to a practical exam? Some schools do not have laboratory facilities. In this case, students may take an alternative exam called Alternative to Practical, where they answer questions about experiments instead of performing them. 28. What is coursework in IGCSE? Coursework is work that students complete during the school year instead of during the final exam. It may include research projects, essays, or practical assignments. Coursework is then graded and added to the final result. 29. Do all IGCSE subjects have coursework? No, not all subjects include coursework. Some subjects are assessed only through written exams, while others combine exams and coursework. 30. How many exam papers are there in a typical IGCSE subject? Most IGCSE subjects have 2 or 3 exam papers. Each paper tests a different type of skill, such as knowledge, analysis, or practical ability. 31. What is the weighting of exam papers? Each exam paper has a different percentage of the final grade. For example, one paper may count for 40% of the grade, while another counts for 60%. 32. What is a core paper in IGCSE? Some subjects have a core level exam. The core exam covers basic topics and usually leads to grades between C and G. 33. What is an extended paper in IGCSE? An extended paper includes more advanced questions and allows students to achieve higher grades such as A and A. 34. How do students decide between core and extended papers? Teachers usually help students decide. Strong students often take extended papers, while students who need more support may take core papers. 35. What is the difference between theory and practical exams? Theory exams test knowledge and understanding through written answers. Practical exams test the ability to perform experiments or practical tasks. 36. What is a listening exam? In language subjects, there is often a listening exam. Students listen to audio recordings and answer questions based on what they hear. 37. What is a speaking exam? Some language subjects also include a speaking exam. Students speak with an examiner and answer questions or describe topics in the target language. 38. How long are most IGCSE exam papers? Most exam papers last between 45 minutes and 2 hours, depending on the subject and the difficulty level. 39. Are all exam papers taken on the same day? No. Each subject has different papers on different days during the exam period. The exam schedule usually spreads the papers over several weeks. 40. Why is it important to understand the exam structure? Understanding the exam structure helps students prepare effectively. When students know the types of papers and question formats, they can practice better and feel more confident during the exam. Part 3. Study Strategies 41 to 60. 41. Why is having a study strategy important for IGCSE exams? A study strategy helps students organize their time, focus on important topics, and avoid stress before exams. When students have a clear plan, they can study more efficiently and remember information better. Without a strategy, students may feel confused and unprepared. 42. When should students start preparing for IGCSE exams? Students should ideally start preparing from the beginning of their 2-year IGCSE program. However, serious revision usually begins about 3 to 6 months before the exam. Starting early helps students understand difficult topics and review them many times. 43. What is a study timetable? A study timetable is a plan that shows when and what a student will study each day. It helps students divide their time between different subjects and ensures that every subject receives enough attention. 44. How can students create an effective study timetable? Students should list all their subjects and topics, then divide their study time fairly. They should include short breaks and avoid studying for too many hours without rest. A balanced timetable helps maintain focus and energy. 45. What is active learning? Active learning means studying in a way that involves thinking, writing, speaking, and solving problems. Instead of only reading a book, students may explain concepts in their own words, solve questions, or teach a topic to someone else. 46. Why are past papers important for IGCSE preparation? Past papers are previous exam papers used in earlier years. Practicing them helps students understand the exam format, question styles, and time limits. Many teachers believe past papers are one of the most effective ways to prepare. 47. How often should students practice past papers? Students should start practicing past papers several months before the exam. At first, they can practice slowly with notes. Later, they should practice under real exam conditions to improve speed and accuracy. 48. What is revision? Revision means reviewing and studying topics again to strengthen understanding and memory. Good revision helps students remember important concepts during the exam. 49. What are revision notes? Revision notes are short summaries of important information. Students write key points, formulas, and definitions in a clear and organized way so they can review them quickly before exams. 50. Why is note-taking important during study? Writing notes helps the brain process information more deeply. When students write ideas in their own words, they understand the topic better and remember it longer. 51. How can students improve their memory for exams? Students can improve memory by reviewing topics regularly, making summaries, using diagrams, and explaining concepts to others. Good sleep and healthy habits also help the brain remember information. 52. What is the role of practice questions in exam preparation? Practice questions help students apply what they have learned. They show whether the student truly understands the topic and help identify weak areas that need more study. 53. How can students manage difficult subjects? Students should spend extra time on difficult subjects, ask teachers for help, and practice more questions. Breaking complex topics into smaller parts can also make learning easier. 54. Why is group study helpful for some students? Group study allows students to discuss topics, share ideas, and explain concepts to each other. Teaching others is a powerful way to strengthen understanding. 55. What are common study mistakes students should avoid? Common mistakes include studying only at the last minute, memorizing without understanding, ignoring weak subjects, and not practicing past exam questions. 56. How can students stay motivated while preparing for exams? Students can stay motivated by setting clear goals, rewarding themselves after completing tasks, and remembering their long-term dreams, such as university or a future career. 57. Why is taking breaks important during study? Studying for long hours without rest can reduce concentration. Short breaks help the brain relax and return to study with better focus. 58. How can students reduce stress before exams? Students can reduce stress by preparing early, exercising regularly, sleeping well, and maintaining a positive attitude. Good preparation builds confidence. 59. What is the best way to revise just before the exam? Before the exam, students should review their summaries, key formulas, and important concepts. It is not the best time to learn completely new topics. 60. What is the most important rule for success in IGCSE exams? The most important rule is consistent study and regular practice. Students who study regularly, understand their subjects, and practice exam questions usually achieve the best results. Part 4. Exam Day Secrets, 61 to 80. 61. Why is exam day preparation important? Exam day preparation is important because it helps students stay calm, confident, and focused. Even if a student has studied very well, poor preparation on the exam day can affect performance. Being organized and mentally ready helps students do their best. 62. What should students do the night before the exam? Students should review important notes lightly, prepare their exam materials, and go to bed early. Getting enough sleep helps the brain work better during the exam. 63. Why is good sleep important before an exam? Sleep helps the brain organize and remember information. Students who sleep well usually think more clearly and solve problems faster during the exam. 64. What should students bring to the exam hall? Students should bring necessary items such as pens, pencils, an eraser, a ruler, and a calculator if it is allowed. They should also bring their identification and exam entry document if required. 65. Why should students arrive early at the exam center? Arriving early helps students relax and avoid unnecessary stress. If students arrive late, they may feel nervous and lose important time. 66. What should students do if they feel nervous before the exam? Students should take deep breaths, relax, and remind themselves that they have prepared well. Staying positive helps reduce anxiety. 67. Why is it important to read the exam instructions carefully? Exam instructions explain how to answer the questions and how many questions students must complete. If students do not read them carefully, they may answer the wrong number of questions. 68. Why should students read the entire exam paper first? Reading the entire paper helps students understand the structure of the exam and identify easy and difficult questions. This allows them to plan their time wisely. 69. How should students manage their time during the exam? Students should divide their time based on the number of questions and marks. They should avoid spending too much time on one difficult question. 70. What should students do if they cannot answer a question immediately? If a question seems difficult, students should move to another question and return to it later. Sometimes the answer becomes clearer after working on other questions. 71. Why is handwriting important in written exams? Clear handwriting helps examiners read answers easily. If handwriting is messy or unclear, the examiner may misunderstand the answer. 72. Why should students show their working in mathematics or science exams? Showing the steps of the solution helps examiners see the student's thinking process. Even if the final answer is wrong, students may receive partial marks for correct steps. 73. Why should students answer the question directly? Students should focus on the exact question asked. Writing too much unrelated information may waste time and confuse the examiner. 74. What should students do if they finish the exam early? Students should use the remaining time to review their answers, check calculations, and correct any mistakes they may find. 75. Why is checking answers important? Checking answers helps students catch small mistakes such as calculation errors, spelling mistakes, or missing parts of a question. 76. What should students do if they panic during the exam? If students panic, they should pause for a moment, breathe deeply, and focus again. Remembering that they have prepared well can help them regain confidence. 77. Why should students follow exam rules carefully? Exam rules ensure fairness for all students. Breaking the rules, even accidentally, may lead to penalties or cancellation of the exam. 78. What is one common mistake students make during exams? One common mistake is rushing through questions without reading them carefully. This can cause students to misunderstand the question. 79. Why is staying calm during the exam important? A calm mind helps students think clearly and solve problems effectively. Stress and panic can make even easy questions seem difficult. 80. What is the best mindset for exam day? The best mindset is confidence and focus. Students should believe in their preparation and do their best without worrying too much about the result. Part 5. Results, Retakes, and Future. 81 to 100. 81. When are IGCSE results usually released? IGCSE results are usually released about 6 to 8 weeks after the exams. Students normally receive their results in August for the May/June session and in January for the October/November session. 82. How do students receive their results? Most students receive their results through their school. Many exam boards also provide online result systems where students can check their grades using a secure login. 83. What grading system is used in IGCSE? Most IGCSE exams use grades from A to G. A is the highest grade, showing excellent performance, while G is the lowest passing grade. 84. What grade is considered a good result in IGCSE? Grades A, and B are usually considered very strong results. However, a good result also depends on the student's goals and the requirements of future programs or universities. 85. What should students do if they are happy with their results? Students who are satisfied with their results can use them to apply for advanced education programs such as A-levels, college courses, or other international qualifications. 86. What should students do if they are not satisfied with their results? If students are not happy with their grades, they may choose to retake the exam in the next exam session to improve their performance. 87. What does it mean to retake an exam? Retaking an exam means sitting for the same subject exam again in order to achieve a better grade. 88. Why do some students retake IGCSE exams? Students may retake exams if they need higher grades for university admission, scholarships, or personal academic goals. 89. Can students retake only one subject? Yes, students can retake one subject or several subjects, depending on what they want to improve. 90. Are the new results different from the old results? When students retake an exam, they receive a new grade. In many cases, schools or universities consider the best result achieved. 91. How can students prepare better for a retake exam? Students should carefully review their weak areas, practice more past papers, and ask teachers for guidance. Learning from previous mistakes is very helpful. 92. What opportunities open after completing IGCSE exams? After IGCSE, students can continue their studies in programs such as A-levels, foundation courses, or other advanced qualifications. 93. Why is IGCSE considered a strong academic foundation? IGCSE builds important skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and academic discipline. These skills help students succeed in higher education. 94. Can IGCSE results help students study abroad? Yes, because IGCSE is an internationally recognized qualification. It can help students apply to schools and colleges in many different countries. 95. How do universities view IGCSE results? Universities often look at IGCSE results as evidence of a student's academic ability and consistency in learning. 96. What skills do students gain during IGCSE studies? Students gain many skills, including analytical thinking, research skills, time management, and independent learning. 97. How can students use their IGCSE experience to plan their future? IGCSE subjects can help students discover their strengths and interests. For example, strong performance in science may encourage a student to pursue a medical or engineering career. 98. Why is choosing the right subjects after IGCSE important? Choosing the right subjects in future studies helps students follow a clear academic path toward their desired career. 99. What advice is helpful for students who will take IGCSE in the future? Students should start preparing early, stay organized, practice regularly, and maintain a positive attitude toward learning. 100. What is the most important lesson students learn from the IGCSE journey? The most important lesson is that consistent effort and determination lead to success. The IGCSE experience teaches students discipline, responsibility, and confidence for their future education and careers. Congratulations! If you watched this video until the end, you now understand almost everything about the IGCSE exam, from subjects and exam structure to study strategies, exam day secrets, results, and future opportunities. Now I have a small request for you. If this video helped you understand the IGCSE exam better, please take 1 second to like this video. It really helps this lesson reach more students around the world who are preparing for their exams. Also, write a comment below and tell me, are you preparing for IGCSE now, or have you already taken the exam? I read your comments and they help me create better lessons for you. And if you want more videos like this about IGCSE preparation, study strategies, English learning, and academic success, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next lesson. Remember, success in exams is not about luck. It is about preparation, practice, and confidence. Thank you for learning with me today. Keep studying, and I will see you in the next video.